All right, welcome back, everybody, to Chicago Reacts. I am Zach, an actor here in Chicago, joined by...
I'm Michael. I'm also an actor here in the city of Chicago. And we're here to react to something fun, something new, something we haven't seen before, which is typical, of course, but we have not seen... This is by Zero Punctuation. It's Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2.
Don't get it mixed up with 1 or 3. Don't you dare.
Yeah, this is 2 coming at you.
Yeah.
I have no context for this.
None. I have seen a couple of Zero Punctuation videos. Not this one specifically, obviously. But I remember enjoying it. So if you like our reactions to this, and so long as Zero Punctuation is cool with it, why not continue? So feel free to like the video, and if you love the video and love us, feel free to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below about any other Zero Punctuation videos that you enjoy, like, think are funny, think are awesome, think are silly, think are stupid, think are whatever. Throw it out there. Throw it out to the wolves. We'll chomp on it to the bits. Yeah, also, if you like Michael and I as well, feel free to check out some of our stuff, our content that we do outside of the channel, which are our Instagrams, IMDb's, all that good stuff will be linked below in the description of the video. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up in the next year, so
Stay tuned and
stay tuned.
keep following us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Without any further ado, Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2 by Zero Punctuation.
Two. Not 1, not 3, not 4, not 1,500. So
here we go.
There's still something about the title Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts that irks me, all dry heaves aside. I always find it laughable when anyone refers to themselves as a warrior if they never even had one battle axe lesson, or indeed if they collapse like an ineptly folded cootie catcher the moment they get into a direct fight with someone less than 200 yards away. Without the sniper part things, what would you assume Ghost Warrior was? I'm leaning towards either poorly translated martial arts film or an air freshener marketed towards men aged 18 to 35. I reviewed Sniper Ghost Warrior 3 and it was god-awful, like watching a Jason Bourne film where the costume department accidentally ordered everything 2 sizes too small, and Jason Bourne spends every action scene in a dustbin growling with generic intensity about how his jockstrap pinches. Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 1 was an improvement.
What is that?
I think it just they all feel like different titles. Sniper, Ghost Warrior, Contracts.
I'm just so distracted.
Reading a slightly interesting magazine in a doctor's waiting room, as opposed to being like the ensuing botched colonoscopy. I covered it in my compilation review of games I couldn't think of many interesting things to say about, but now the sequel's getting its own review. Not because it's any less mediocre, you understand, but because it's now so mediocre that the mediocrity's come back around to being interesting. It's been a while since I've seen a game so utterly milquetoast in all its attributes. The plot, right, is that you're a lone sniper in a nondescript Middle Eastern oil nation with a new government that I guess didn't import enough Simpsons DVDs, and therefore the Western powers want ousted. You proceed to oust it by tracking down a bunch of key power brokers and turning all their heads into very short-lived, highly pressurized ornamental fountains, concluding with the big leader herself. You do all of that, then the very no-nonsense voice in your head says, "Well done," and you go home. I guess I was expecting a twist, like the big leader gets in a giant robot suit or some kind of fortified bunker at least that isn't just standing around in a courtyard, looking like she's waiting to complain to the gardener about some neglected Leylandii. Or maybe the very no-nonsense voice in your head could be lying about your targets. You only have his word that they're evil, and the worst you ever see them do is neglect to close the Venetian blinds before you make everyone else in the room forever paranoid of distant shrubbery. There is kind of a twist in that there's one last surprise target you need to ornamental fountain after the main lady, but Mr. No-Nonsense handler tacks it onto your to-do list with all the gravitas of a request that you pick up a carton of milk on the way home. So on the whole, it feels like the story writer sat down to work and then threw up their hands and went, pfft. Even leaving aside how painfully generic a setting this is for a contemporary war shooter. I guess we can't call it that, because there isn't technically a war going on. Come back in a few years after our actions get declassified, I suppose. But I guess there's no helping feeling distanced from the story in a sniping game, where the average distance between you and every other named character is roughly the length of the queue outside the STD clinic in the town where your mum lives. And this is a game that focuses on the sniping, thankfully. There's a bit of utterly bog-standard action stealth gameplay on the way to the sniping positions. You know, hide in bushes, wait for guards to turn around, and contextual button prompt them right in the jugular vein. But then the sniping challenges just feel like a nice reward, like coming home after a long day at work, gathering the family around, and shooting them all in the head. I enjoyed the gameplay more than I expected. At least it focuses on something, unlike the rest of it, which is the usual. You can use stealth or direct combat or stick landmines down your trousers and bum bounce everyone to death. It's up to you. Boulder roll. No, rein it in, kids. Those targets are fucking miles away. You won't be bum bouncing those without an industrial grade bum trebuchet. So you have to snipe crazy long distances, calculating wind drift and bullet drop off. So it's actually rewarding when you score a headshot.
Yeah.
It's like watching slow motion footage of a dog overturning their food bowl. But this is a modern stealth game, and so as always, the spectre of cock-up cascade hangs overhead like a socially inept zeppelin. If you miss your target and set off an alert, then just fucking reload, because if you couldn't cottage cheese their noggin while they were standing around daydreaming about pies, then you definitely won't do it while they're sprinting to the car. And when alerted, all the enemy bodyguards instantly know your position, because I guess they're all experts in trigonometry. Or maybe my mum made me carve my name and address into all my bullets, and they start firing back, and mystifyingly can hit you from 1,000 meters. Makes you wonder why I blew all my money on the sniper rifle equivalent of a Porsche 911. If a bunch of rusty AKs that a rogue nation picked up at the CIA's last rummage sale can achieve the same result. But I'll give this a pass, because while in reality there's not much you can do about a shooter 2 postcodes over except shake whatever remains of your fists, this is a game, so there needs to be some threat. And Sniper Toast Borrow a Pontefract Cakes does seem to understand that, so while it does provide you with the inevitable scouting drone that every Jiminy Cockthroat game now has, by the last couple of missions there are so many anti-drone towers around, there's only about 10% of the map you can even use the fucking thing. You can also lay mines, but the one time I successfully killed an enemy with one, all his alerted friends again instantly figured out my position somehow. Mum's name labels strike again. So the AI does have a tendency to cheat, but honestly it probably needs all the help it can get. The little alert meter that fills up when you're visible fills up rather weirdly slowly for what you'd expect from anyone with 20/20 vision and an intact hypothalamus. So I would describe Windscreen Wiper Wet Warbler Wank Biscuit 2 as a game of contrasts. Interesting enough sniping nuggets concealed within some rather flimsy stealth actioning, but I don't mind that too much because it helps pace out the fun bits. It's like a thoughtful present with some slightly damp gift wrap around it that only a couple of weevils have gotten into. What I do mind is how fucking flimsy it is from a narrative standpoint. The obvious disinterest of its creators radiates off it like the brown note. Yeah, you're in the country of whatever, Stan. The government's totally bad. Probably. Here are some targets. That's all the context you get. And there's absolutely no sense of escalation or that the situation is evolving at all. It's just one distant bigwig after another getting the fly to the windscreen treatment. The only real highlight, dramatically speaking, is right at the end, spoiler alert, when no-nonsense voice is giving his final congratulatory monologue and starts getting emotionally needy. Good work, Agent. You have made this area safe for democracy. This ends our contract. But I'd just like to say, you've been a pleasure to work with, and I'd like to buy you a pint someday. I'm sending you my home phone number in case you want to get in touch. No pressure, anytime's fine. It's just, I've been very lonely since the divorce, Agent. Are you still there, Agent? Oh, my cat's come into the room, Agent. Do you want to say hello to my cat?
Oh, man. I actually really liked that ending a lot. That was good.
Yeah.
I think the thing that I feel like I'm missing now is I would have been cool to see some sort of gameplay. I get that, you know, it's more for entertainment. I think of people that are maybe making fun of the game because they know them or because they're fans of Zero Punctuation.
Yeah.
Or like I see he did a Resident Evil Village Zero Punctuation. Like that would be, I think, a fun one to check out because I did watch Let's Plays of that game. But yeah, I felt like I wanted to see more of the gameplay. Like him describing the things made me want to see this game that he's talking about. Like, so I have like mental reference points in my head.
Yeah. Which he's got such a unique style. Like the animation is very different as opposed to like kind of pulling images from anywhere and everywhere. He just sort of has his own animation style, which I think is really cool. And definitely has a lot of snarky comments, which is great. I love that. And I feel like he, you know what I like actually is more so than maybe some of the other people that we like to watch, where there's like a lot of chaos and like it's just like, oh, that's crazy. I feel like he really filtered it down into like, here are the parts of the game. Right. This part sucks. This part's actually kind of cool.
It's actually kind of cool. Yeah. It's like a very different chaos. It's like a chaos that focuses more on the anxiety of having zero punctuation. Like it's just nonstop talking versus like in your face action. It's kind of cool. It's a very cool, interesting contrast compared to the videos that Michael and I do watch in relation to gaming, like Russian Badger. So it's it was cool. I think it would be a very interesting time watching something that of zero punctuation of a game that you actually played. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like getting his take on it, I think would be a pretty entertaining, cool sort of thing. So I would 100% be down for that. It was cool. All in all, I enjoyed it.
It doesn't necessarily have the feel of Russian Badger, where it's like, oh, I want to play that game, where he's like finding these kind of games that people haven't played.
Right.
This feels more like he's finding games that a lot of people have played, so those people go, yeah, that's what that was like for me. I totally understand it now. So I wonder, for anyone out there who does watch Zero Punctuation, is that more your relationship with it, or do you go to see like, is this game good or bad, or is it more fun to watch him with video games that you've played?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments section down below, and if you think there are any other great Zero Punctuation videos, also let us know. We'd love to check them out.
Yeah. For sure.
And then also, like this video, subscribe to the channel. And
if you want, if
we're not going to force
like
you,
us,
but we'd appreciate it.
Yeah, and our videos do. Our videos do include punctuation, so you get that. You get at least 0 + 1 punctuation for us. Wait, and then what was it? It was
What's
sniper, ghost, warrior, contract. Two. What was it?
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't know. I know
what kind of punctuation should we put on? We'll see you next time on Chicago Reacts.
Should we do it between? Let's do 0 punctuation right up to Chicago Reacts, and then we'll pause it, and then we'll do it for effect.
And then but what's the punctuation at the end of the sentence? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Oh, like, should we end with like an exclamation point or question mark? We're gonna add punctuation. Well, that did not go well. So
No, it really did. Thank you.
But with that said, we will see you next time
on
Chicago Reacts.
That was absolutely terrible. FaZe, help us, dear Lord.
We cannot be helped.
We cannot be helped.
See you, everyone.